Hello there and welcome to the Bit of Peacock, it's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. It's a happy new year from me to you watching. Hopefully 2024 will be a good one for everybody watching and Leeds United and for the channel itself as well. Hopefully it can grow in the coming year. It's coming up to 4 years actually since I started the channel. But Leeds have won. It's a review of the 3-0 win. Leeds came up against Birmingham City, 3-0 winners at Ellen Road and it's much better than we saw from Leeds over the festive period. Boxing Day and Friday night defeats, both defeats, two on the spin. We put to rest that bad form, and hopefully this is a continue on now to some some better form in 2024. So Daniel Farke, let's have a look at the starting lineup. He needed to change it. Friday night was flat, was just bad. First time we've lost back-to-back games in the league. We needed to bounce back and try and make some ground up. So, lineup-wise, I wasn't surprised to see as many as 5 changes from the team that lost to West Brom. So, and starting in the goal, Leeds' luck got worse, didn't it? Carl Darlow, who started the last one at West Brom, obviously Elan Meslier sent off on Boxing Day, misses still the next game, the FA Cup match against Peterborough United. Obviously he was suspended, Carl Darlow, before the game. He's, I think, fractured his thumb or broken his thumb or something like that, so he was out. Who else could Fark turn to, of course, but Christopher Klaassen. Now, Klaassen hasn't started a game since he's never started a game for Leeds United. Came with big potential from Norway, Norwegian under-21 regular international for them. Hadn't started for a long time. Sorry, had never started. Sorry, he'd never started a game for Leeds United. The only one appearance that he had made was off the bench when he got himself sent off at Wolves in March of 2022. So it's nearly 2 years since Christopher Klaassen had a had a pull the Leeds United top on in a competitive game. If of any situation, it's his first start um, of ever, and first start at Ellen Road, first game, first actual experience of being on the pitch at Ellen Road, and I thought he did okay. He wasn't tested much at all, and we'll get on to Burnham in a minute and how I thought they played. But he wasn't tested at all, really. But there was one or two moments where he did look nervous. Understandably, you would be nervous. But he made that save from Dembele, didn't he? And all right, it was a bit of unconvincing, but he got the ball out the net, and that's it seemed to settle as the game went on. His passing was pretty good, I thought, actually. And I thought he did okay. It's a clean sheet. You can't ask for much more than that as a goalkeeper. So he got a clean sheet. Let me know in the comments down below how you thought he played. But I thought he did okay. And he'll be absolutely buzzing tonight, won't he, with that clean sheet on his first appearance for Leeds. First game at Ellen Road. It's a clean sheet, 3-0. But let's talk about Birmingham. Obviously, I'm talking about the lineup, aren't I? Let's talk about the lineup then first. 5 changes. Archie Gray came back at right back. Sam Barham came back at right back. Sorry, left back. Archie at right back. Glenn Kamara came in, didn't he, for Ilya Gruev. There was obviously Klaassen for Darlow, and the one up front which made a big difference was Patrick Bamford. I think we all sort of winced a little bit when we saw Bamford's name on the team sheet. There was rumours that he was going to start and started on early this morning and a few hours before kick-off that Bamford was in line for a start, and it proved to be the case. And Bamford did really well, I thought, today. He was that player again that we've seen him do so much for Leeds over the years, holding up the play and bringing others into play. That focal point, which I think we do miss if Jorginho Rutter's at number 9. I do think we miss that focal area. Although I'm the first to slate Patrick Bamford, a lot of people are as well. I'm not his biggest fan. I think he's probably past it really for now. But he's done a great job, and I would like to see Leeds go for a number 9 as well in the summer. I feel like that's still needed. But Bamford did a really good job today. Held the ball up well, fed other people into the game, got himself a goal, which was absolutely fantastic, which we'll talk about in a moment. But all round the game was good from him, and you can see why he did it. A lot of the time was holding up the play, then bringing somebody else in, popping it off to somebody else, and that's what he does so well. It was nice to see Leeds putting a few balls across as well on top of his head. That's the way the goal came. That's how we scored the first goal. But all round, I thought Patrick Bamford was one of the best on the pitch, really, probably for Leeds today. And we'll talk about the first goal. Then obviously we get an injury first sort of 15-20 minutes. It's Sam Byram, and Byram for me, I know we've got that stat that we don't really lose when he plays, but I think that's more luck than anything else, really, to be honest with you. He's constantly injured, always pulling up in games, and he's injured again now. But hats off to Junior Firpo. I thought was absolutely fantastic. Again, we'll talk about Birmingham in a moment, as I keep saying, but Firpo was fantastic. Got himself 2 assists today. Linked up really well with Crysencio Somerville down that left-hand side. Got forward okay. I thought he was exposed a little bit once or twice in the second half with his defensive abilities. But he gives us that something else at left back, which I know Byram can do, but I think Firpo is that next level from him, really. At this level, he can pass by defenders, and that was a lovely little bit of play from to set up that third goal, wasn't it? But let's get on to the first goal. Obviously, the ball gets played down the right hand side, and Dan James whips that ball in. Patrick Bamford is just up there to nod it in. John Ruddy can't react quick enough and pams the ball into the net. It's 1-0. It's 34 minutes. Took us a little bit of a while to break down Birmingham, but I felt like we weren't really in any danger, were we, of conceding any goals, really. I thought Sharik Dembele was their best option for an outball and for a bit of creativity and a bit of a something. He did have that shot which Klaassen saved in the first half, but ultimately Birmingham were absolutely dreadful. They were so poor. One of the worst. I'm going to say it pretty much every video. The teams that come to Ellen Road, but they were probably up there with the worst. I think Huddersfield probably just pipped them by a little bit, but Birmingham awful. They look clean. I was very, I'm a big fan of that all black kit. To be fair, I thought it looked really clean and sharp, but other than that, they didn't play like that at all. They were disjointed, and I had to suffer through the blues commentary. The blues kept calling the blues. I mean, if I was playing a drinking game every time he called Birmingham the blues, I'd be drunk by now. I think he was that prolific. And they've certainly got the blues, haven't they, tonight after that performance? They didn't do very well at all. Um, but yeah, we go 1-0 up, and I had to laugh tremendously when listening to this blues commentary where the lad is just saying, oh, and I think we've done well, this, and the other, and we've quieted the crowd down, and Leeds are getting anxious, and I'm thinking, flipping heck, just as he's saying this, Bamford's nodding the first goal in. You have to laugh, to be fair. If anybody's got it clipped, let's see it, because it was very funny. We go 1-0 up finally on 34 minutes. You've got to say we definitely deserve that. And then can we nail them? Because this is what I thought. I was thinking, this is how the Coventry game went. We got ourselves 1-0 up from a team that just sat back, and then we conceded a silly goal. I was hopeful that wouldn't happen again. It didn't. We were in no danger of this happening. Let's be absolutely honest. Bar a couple of long shots in the second half, they were absolutely woeful, awful, horrible team. And to be honest with you, I'm thinking, why on earth have you sacked John Eustace when they were doing so well in the playoff picture at the start of the season? Sack him just for this sensational name in Wayne Rooney, just because he's a top name and he was a fantastic goal scorer, doesn't mean going to make him a good manager, and he isn't a good manager. I won't be surprised to see him sacked very soon. Also great to see, of course, from a Leeds United point of view, on that rivalry with Man United, it was still fully fledged, and there Rooney seemed to get quite a lot of stick from the crowd. So that's the way the rivalry goes. So that's it. Rooney not well liked around Leeds, is he? And luckily he went home with 0 points and 0 things to smile about today. So that was great. But you are thinking, can we press home the advantage? Can we do it? Can we get that second goal? And they did. Eventually, they did. It was lovely interchange and play from Crescencio Somerville and Junior Firpo, wasn't it? Just down that left side. Firpo crosses it in, and who's there? Dan James gets on it. First time, takes a little bit of deflection. The ball goes in the net for 2-0. So then it's round half time. So that was a great time to score. Half time comes, just keep going at them, lads. And they did. Second half was well managed, comfortable. Very comfortable from Leeds in the second half. And finally, we get the. We did miss a lot of chances, and I think I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, we've got to be more consistent," and this, that, and the other. Consistency in front of goal would be nice, but when you're winning 3-0, just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Great bit of play for that third goal, wasn't it? Georgie just sees Firpo running, gets the ball up top, up in the air to him. He brings it down in the area, across to Somerville, rides one challenge and curls it into the bottom corner. That was the game over if it wasn't already at 3-0. And yes, we need to be more consistent away from home, and it's been a good day really, because Southampton, Ipswich and of course West Brom behind us have all dropped points, so we've closed the gap in that sense. I think we're now 7 points behind Ipswich, so if we just got to keep plugging away, work out the away form, but at home we're unstoppable. I know it was a really, really poor side today that we faced, but you've still got to break them down, get the goal, and go from there. And it was great to see that. We usually do, to be fair, at home, put teams to the sword this season. We've seen it a few times now, and we did it again today. Great performances, in particular I felt like from the back. Rodon was very good. Junior Firpo, Cree was good, particularly second half, looked a bit more sharper. And Patrick Bamford, that would be my pick-outs, really. But we were in no danger, Props to Clarkson, of course, for his clean sheet on his first start. So that was excellent. He'll be absolutely buzzing with that, and so he should be. But yeah, we just need to figure out the away form, don't we? And then I think we're okay. But can we do it? Can we still do it? There's a long way to go still. We're 7 points behind. Ipswich do seem to be dropping actually now, and it was great to see Fark. Will that be an end now to this silly debate of Perot at 10 and Jorginho Rutter at number 9? Because Georgie Rutter was absolutely unplayable. I know, like we said, the opposition was subpar, but he was absolutely all over the place. Strength when he lost the ball to win it back. The pinpoint passing, just the intricate little bits of play. He's made for that 10 position, but I still think, like, I'm a little bit greedy. I want us to go and get number 10 out and out in this window, but let's wait and see. But for me, Georgie Rutter and Patrick Bamford really, linked up really, really well. And like I said, maybe, hopefully, because that's the problem I have with Fark. You know what I mean? I was saying maybe it's win or bust for him, this one. And I believed it possibly was, because, it wasn't just me that was getting frustrated with the manager. And I still would like to see more consistency and more, tactical nous from him. I think we saw it a little bit today with that little tweak in personnel and everything like that. And I think Perot, maybe going forward, when he came on, obviously he did play at number 9. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Let's hope it is. But Leeds have won. It's happy days, isn't it, when that happens? And 3-0, a great result. We're putting pressure back on the top 2. Let's go. Come on. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you remember if you like the video, like it, it'll do well and get more people to see it that way, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy it. Thanks very much for watching. Happy New Year again to everybody watching, marching on together. Come on, Leeds. It's always great when we win. See you on the next one.